Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a collab with my friend Den. He's also a subscriber, a longtime subscriber, and we've done a collab in the past together, and he's always really fun to work with. So this is a long time in the making because a few months ago he reached out with this collab idea, and he wanted to do a light box with images on each panel of the box, and he wanted it to be religious themed. So he asked me to come up with, 4 drawings, and I was like, okay, cool, I can do that. And I came up with the Hylian goddess from the Legend of Zelda games. There's like a goddess statue in a lot of the newer games especially, and like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and I really love the statue. I think it's super cute. So I did that, and then I did these dogwood flowers, and they represent Jesus. I have got to pull up this poem. Hold on. Dogwood flower poem Jesus. Because I remember seeing it like forever ago, and it was so cute. Well, I don't know where the poem is. Oh, is this it? Oh yeah, this is it. This is the poem. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. The Legend of the Dogwood. In Jesus' time, the dogwood grew to a stately size and a lovely hue. 'Twas strong and firm, its branches interwoven. For the cross of Jesus, its timbers were chosen. Seeing the distress at this use of their wood, Christ made a promise which still holds good. Never again shall the dogwood grow large enough to be used, so slender and twisted it shall be, with blossoms like the cross for all to see. As blood stains the petals, marked in brown, the blossom center wears a thorny crown. All who see it will remember me, crucified on a cross from the dogwood tree. Cherished and protected, this tree shall be a reminder to all of my agony. Oh my God, it's such a powerful poem. And so I really found a lot of significance in that imagery, and I thought it would look good for his theme and have a lot of meaning, The next image I chose was the precursor egg from Jak and Daxter. And while I don't think it has a lot of religious ties in the game, it is an ancient relic in the game, and it is highly valued. It did remind me of Easter, for, Christianity's sake. So I put that on there. And then the last image was of a lotus flower, which has a lot of spiritual connection in a lot of different religions. So I thought that was really nice to add, and it's just visually stunning as well. So those were my drawings, and when I started the drawing process, I had to remember that this was being laser cut out of wood, and I couldn't have all my line work connecting because then it would just cut out a big hole in the wood. So I had to think in terms of carving a jack-o'-lantern and leaving like notches in the line art for the laser to stop and go, and that was kind of challenging because I kept thinking in my head, like, where should a line start and where should a line stop, and how is it going to look good? And it was just a lot to think about. So, and I didn't want to mess him up. Luckily he never, came back and said, hey, your drawings aren't going to work. So it sounds like I did an okay job. So that's good. I did want to do a little bit of an interview style for this video, for the collab, and I asked Den a couple of questions. So I asked him to share his process and which image worked the best for him. And Den said that the process was actually pretty easy. He was just going back and forth sending files from his phone to his laptop, mostly because he couldn't remember his email password. And y'all, I totally get that. We've all been betrayed by the email password at least once, so I respect the struggle. He said that the drawing turned out good, but the precursor egg design was the best to work with, and it was the cleanest file, and it didn't have double line tracing, which made it really easy. And I have no idea what double line tracing means, so it sounds like a bad thing. And I'm sorry if any of my other drawings had that. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to make it work. But it's awesome to hear that the egg design ended up being the clear winner out of the 4 images, and sometimes the simplest files do work the best. I asked him how the overall project made him feel in the end, and he said the overall project made him feel really good. He was nervous at first. He mostly worried about whether everything would cut right or how many times he would have to run back to the laser. But once it was all put together, he really liked the finished project. He wasn't sure if it was going to be too big, but in the end, he loved the whole process, and he said it was the easiest project that he'd ever done. And honestly, that's super relatable. It's relatable to be nervous about our projects in the beginning, you know, but how you feel about it in the end is all that matters. And if you're proud of the work that you put out, then that's a win, you know? And I mean, really, that's the creative process in a nutshell. The nerves at first, and then the success and the victory of completing it. It's really nice. Really, I get it. So it was wonderful working with Den. He sent me the finished pictures of each of the sides of the box, and they are beautiful, and I'm really proud that they turned out as good as they did, because y'all know I have wiggly line work. My wrist gets to hurting and my hand goes numb when I'm drawing, and my lines look jagged. So I was really glad to see that they turned out really good on the wood. And he was able to work with my images. He did a wonderful job. He's so creative. He comes up with these wonderful ideas. And, you know, he works a full-time job. He takes wonderful care of his wife. He's a great husband, and he still finds time to do art projects, and he has a great work-life balance. So I'm really proud of him for continuing on with his passion and his hobbies. And I do want to say, though, my email is in the About Me section on my YouTube channel, so it's public for anybody. If you ever want to email me, please don't hesitate. I would love to hear from you. I love hearing from my friends. And even if you just want to talk and pass the time, I'll be happy to chat with you. If you have a commission request, let me know. I'll be happy to bring your ideas to life. And I have very affordable pricing. And then, you know, if you want to collab, I would love to collab with you. Just let me know, okay? I'm always down to work with others. It's always really fun seeing how our ideas can combine to create something brand new together. And, you know, what's really unique about collabing with Den in particular is our art is vastly different from one another. You know, mine is either digital or traditional on paper or canvas, where his is on glass or wood or coasters or tables. And it's really cool to see your artwork on a different material, you know, and that's what makes it special for me. So and he has to do stuff that's totally different than what I have to do. He has to work with software programs that I'm not used to, and file types that I don't see, and he has to convert these images probably into vectors, which I don't do, you know. So he has to do a whole lot of stuff on his end to make it work. And it's really like, I mean, you have to learn a lot to make this stuff all work out in the end, you know. And he's really smart, you know. So that's why it's really cool working with him in particular. But I'm always happy to work with others as well. So yeah, just hit me up, and if our schedules line up, that would be even better. I have a pretty easy job now, you know, where it's a typical 8 in the morning to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and I have such a low stress job that I have the energy at the end of the day to work on stuff, you know, and plus I have Saturday and Sunday to work on stuff. So it's totally different from when I was working at the Paris News, where it was high stress, high demand all the time. And I was just dog tired at the end of the day. So yeah, like this job actually works out great for my hobby, which is making art and sharing that with you guys on YouTube. So I have a lot more time to do things like collaborations and stuff now. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.